Right, very good morning. So we have Farah here. Okay. Now, Farah, can I know what school are you in? Are you in school or are you a private candidate? I'm audible, right? Ah, right. Okay. So, yes, you are the one who got registered yesterday. Okay. Right. Now, one question: have you gone for any other previous BS classes? Have you done the lessons in school? Or are you just trying to start studying business studies right now? Right? Mama Kalin BS Kara, I studied, I got marks, or maybe I was bad at it. Or like, are you trying to start studying? Are you trying to go for a class now? Okay, you did self-study, but you're not very good at it at the moment. Okay, right, fine. So because I do find many students in my previous batches as well, where they come for the revision classes for first time only they are just opening the book. Okay, what is BS, right? So that's why I'm just confirming with yourself, like what kind of student you are. Hi. Now, when it comes to BS, right? Now, when it comes to BS, not only BS, now when it comes to A levels, right? When it comes to advanced level 2027. This is your understanding. Ah. Now you might be thinking, right? Now you might be thinking, I have like around another 1 year. Your exams are in 2027 August. Your exams are in 2027 August. Right now you are in 2026. In 2026 August. You will be thinking, and there is almost like 12 months. Right? There is almost like 12 months. But actually, you don't have 12. Actually, you don't have 12. You have somewhere around, you have somewhere around 9 months with you, right? You have somewhere around 9 months with you. මාස 9යි තියෙන්නේ. මාස 9ට වඩා කාලයක් නෑ වාගේ. Right? 9 to 10, right? 9 to 10 months only maximum. ඊට වඩා ඔයාලට time එකක් නෑ. Okay? That is the time up until, right? That is the time that you have until your examination, right? Until your examination, you have this particular time. But when it comes to a revision class, when it comes to accounting, when it comes to BS, when it comes to econ, whatever subject that you have chosen, what you have when it comes to weeks, right? When it comes to weeks, number of weeks, right? Number of weeks, roughly around 50, right? 50 or less, right? Roughly around 50 or less weeks only you have at the moment. All then sati 50ට අඩු කාලයක්. So from the day one itself, that means we are starting the revision today. I want you to work along with me to go for an A. Right? I'll be supporting you. I'll be giving you the materials. I'll be teaching you. I'll be giving you the papers. On return, right? In return, what I want you to do is, you have to work along with me. You have to do the papers on time. You have to study the materials, right? You have to do the tasks related to the subject, whatever I give. Right? A two-way communication එක තියෙනවා. එහෙම නැතුව, right? එහෙම නැතුව, like you come to the class, you listen whatever I'm telling, and then you turn off the Zoom, right? පස්සේ අතර දාලා ඉන්නද? You have to work along with me so that then only you can go for it, right? Then only you can go for with pass, right? හොඳ A එකට යන්න යුනි එකට එන්ටර් වෙන්න නම් මුලින් ඉඳන් හරියට වැඩ කරන්න ඕන. එහෙම වැඩ කරන්න නැතුව බෑ. So what I'm going to do is I'll share my plan, right? I'll share my plan for the next 12 months, right? I'm going to share the plans for the next couple of time period, right? ඊළඟ time period එකට මොනවා වගේ වැඩක්ද කරන්න ඉන්නේ කියලා බලන්න. Nice. So here, this is our business studies 2027 revision plan. I guess you can see the screen, right? Our screen yes. Now, say today we are in right. Today we are in August, right? Today we are in August. During August, we have somewhere around 3 weeks, right? August වල සති 3ක් තියෙනවා අපිට, right? You can from today onwards we have around 3 weeks to work. Within these 3 weeks, right? Within these 3 weeks, I'll be completing the unit 1 and the unit 2. Right? Unit 1 එකයි unit 2 එකයි ඉවර කරනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ මෙහෙම, right? How things happen in my class. Okay. How things happen in my class is I'll be doing a right. I'll be providing you a short notepad, right? I'll be providing you a short notepad. Right? It's not a final one, it's a draft, right? So, print I'll send you the printed ones. So, I'll be giving you a short note which covers, right? Which covers the main theory points. The main theory points will be covered in this short notepad, right? The main theory points will be covered in this short notepad. And after this, right? Inside this, when I short note past papers, right? You have past paper questions. Now, past papers means this is from 2011 to 2025. 2011 in the 2025 past paper questions theme. Okay. So sometimes certain questions will be repeated in certain years. Those things will be removed, right? Type questions it was remove but kind of new types of questions will be added to the right. New types of questions will be added to the thing. Now we'll be covering the theories here. Once you are doing the theories, we'll be doing the past papers as well. We are done with this short notepad. Short notepad normally maximum 2 days. Within 2 days, 1 unit is always covered. Right? Within 2 days, 1 unit is always covered. Okay. So after we are done with this short note, what I'm going to do is I'll give you a model paper. Right? I'll give you a model paper. This model paper is a take home one, right? It's a take home. Take home for the physical students, they have to take home the paper to do it. But for online guys, obviously you are at home. So okay, so you have to do it. Now, what's happening here is what you have to do. This model paper, right? This model paper. This is not the exam standard model paper. This is a miniature, right? Taking half So we will get somewhere around. You will get paper 1, where you will get around 30 questions. For paper 2, you get 2 main questions. So here 60 marks. Here it is 40 marks. On how paper set right? You will get 1 paper for each unit, right? You will get 1 paper for each unit. Just a rough question, just a random question. Farah, have the idea how many units are there for business studies? BS the unit chapters how many lessons are there? 18, not 16. There are 18 lessons, right? There are 18. So that means you will be getting around 16 to 18 short notepads. Sorry, you can't see them. So you will be getting somewhere around 16 to 18 short notepads. You will be getting 16 to, right? You will be getting 16 to 18 model papers. Why 16 to 18? Because some 100 lessons would have 40, right? There are certain lessons which are very small. So I have to combine those two lessons, right? I will combine those two lessons into one short notepad, into one model paper, right? So that happens when the lessons are very small. So you will be doing somewhere around 16 to 18 model papers, 16 to 18 short notepads are done. After this model paper is done by you, you have to send it to me. You have to send it to me. Okay. You have to send it and I will check those papers and I will give you a feedback. What are the things that you have to improve? Why improvement on one areas or the feedback. So based on that, it would ask you to what you call understand your weaknesses, right? It will help you to understand your weaknesses. Mum main areas are out. Mum main areas are out. The way to no. So that is done through the model paper. Every month there will be 2 model papers, 2 short notepads. Definitely 2 model papers, 2 short notepads. Every month you will get. Okay. My plan, right? I said my plan is to finish all the 18 lessons. All the 18 lessons will be done, right? Will be completed within around 9 months time period, right? It will be covered within a period of 9 months. Maybe even in the plan, August, September, October, November, January, February, March. By March 2027, we are done with your theories. By March 2027, we are done with your lessons. Okay, unit 18 no cover kar liya. Okay, this is a foolproof method. So by March, we are done with the theories, right? We are all theories will be covered using these sort of nouns, right? Materials of Kamadila, Ugandala, because you need time to do papers, right? When it comes to BS, you need time to do papers, more and more time. After the model paper, apart from the model paper, once in a while, right? Once in a while, that means like this. I have scheduled already, right? I have already scheduled. See, in December, right? In December, what you have, right? In December, what you have is 100 MCQ map, right? 100 MCQ map. Anna, MCQ. So this is basically like this 100 MCQ marathon is basically a 4-hour paper, right? It's a 4-hour paper. Or right? You will be given 4 hours to do 100 MCQs, right? To do 100 MCQs, you will be given 4 hours. You need to do this in class, right? You need to do this in class, live, online and live or else if you have physical, class physical model, you have to do. So this thing is also happening. Right? From this, you will be able to practice your MCQs. There are 2 papers like this, right? There will be 2 papers like this, MCQ Marathon 1 and MCQ Marathon 2, right? MCQ Marathon 1, MCQ Marathon 2 kila papers both 3. And then we will be discussing each of these papers on another day, right? We will be discussing these papers on another day as well. And finally, another one that we do is we have trial papers. Trial papers. So trial papers is where you will be given a full paper, A-level standard full paper, MCQ plus paper 2, a 5-hour paper. This 5-hour paper has to be done in class as well. Live or 5 hours paper. MCQ paper, half an hour break, and then you have to start the paper 2 as well. This will also be done by you alone. then I'll be checking those papers to see what level are you in. Okay. So these things will be happening in December, and these things will be happening in December, right? Particular December, September. And then, right? And then finally, after we have completed the theories, after March, right? After March, what we do is, we'll be doing a rapid revision. Okay? Rapid revision. On the rapid revision, in rapid revision, what we do is, we completely do papers, right? So class ke aaye puta what is business, what is entrepreneurship, what is management කියලා ඔළුවත ගා ඉන්නේ. එතකොට ඔළුවත ගන්න. එතකොට කෙලින්ම you are supposed to do the papers with me, right? We'll be giving, right? I'll be giving you papers every I'll be giving you papers every week. What you have to do is you have to write them. You have to write them and you have to discuss answers with me, right? After question and answers discuss करना कोहमत में papers लियाने, right? How to write answers, how to score marks, how to arrive to a point. And we'll be doing this rapid revision for the last 2 months. For the last 2 months, we'll be doing this part. This is basic, right? This is the main, right? This is the main revision plan, right? This is the main revision plan that we are going to do within this time period, right? You and me, right? We are going to do this within this time period. This is the plan. Okay. So I will share these documents after the class, the WhatsApp group. I will share this to the WhatsApp group later. So this is what you have. And maybe during July, if you need, we can have some final seminars as well. Final seminars, Balamu, right? Based on the time availability. I have just planned it for the moment, but we'll see based on the time availability how it will go. So this is the basic plan that you have. What you have to understand is your theory notes are covered, your model papers are covered, 15 years of past 15 years of past papers are covered. Okay. And then MCQs are covered, and paper writing skills, trial papers are covered, and then you do the rapid revision, right? Rapid revision karna. Everything is once again recap. All the 6 steps are done. And if you are there with all the 6 steps, I can assure you, you can definitely go for an A. But never mind, you have to work. No matter how hard I put my efforts, from student side, right? From your side, you also have to. Okay. So by now you have done some self studies. Yes. You are saying you are not yet good there. You are not yet good at the. You can get better, right? What I perform. So I'll help you. Okay. So I guess you have the study pack 1. By the way, Fuda, do we have any questions related to the program? Do we have any questions related to the program? Will I be able to cover this part? Is it okay? Do you need any clarifications from my side and regarding anything regarding the timelines? Okay, clear. Right. Remember, game planning sir. By the way, we'll be covering the entire grade 12, right? We'll be covering the entire grade 12 by November. In December, it will be a complete examination month, right? In December, it will be a complete examination month. So by November, we'll be completing the entire grade 12. Okay. Right. Now I guess you can see my screen. So I am sharing the material up to the screen. So the next time, right? Next time material screen ke share karanna kodakala I will send you the PDF, right? That's not the PDF. I'll send you the printed materials and the papers to you, so you can have it printed. So for the moment, right? For the time being, for the first day, yeah, we can have this like this, right? Printed, sorry, PDF and තියාගමු. Okay. Now, what was our first lesson? Right. Our first lesson in business studies for grade 12, right? Yes, you can see there. In grade 12, right? In grade 12, you have how many? You have 11 lessons. Okay, you have 11 lessons. From this 11 lesson, the first unit is background of business. The first lesson is background of business and its environment, right? Background of business and its environment was our first lesson. Then measurement, right? Now, when it comes to revision, right? When it comes to revision, you should not expect me or you should not expect any tutor to teach you the theories 100% like a theory class, right? Theory class you can know 100% theory ugarnanne. Because obviously we don't have time, right? We don't have time for that theory. If it, like, since this is a revision class, we have to revise the theories, right? We have to revise the theories. I am matak karo dene karan, right? Olvadagar matak karo dena. Okay, puta, this is the thing. If I have to teach the theory, it would be a theory class, not a revision class, right? So don't expect us to teach you the theory from 0 to 100%. Expect what we do is we try to revise. Okay. But if, of course, if you have any questions, sir, theory class, but I didn't understand this point. Can you explain? Of course, I can explain. No problem, right? I can explain from whatever the level you are in. Whatever you want, I can explain. No issue. But when I'm explaining at the moment, I'll be explaining in a way where it will revise you the previous series. Okay. One more question. Have you done O-level commerce? Have you done commerce in O levels? Yes. Okay. Then it's fine. Right? Then it's fine. Because the first unit, right? First unit is like 90%, right? 90% of first unit is done in O levels as well. O levels first unit okay. So the 90% of the first unit is covered in O levels as well. So what we'll do is we'll start revising the unit 1. So I'm sharing the screen again. Okay. Now, in unit 1, background of businesses and its environment. In unit 1, background of businesses and its environment. What did we have? Right? What did we have is we had to discuss about certain background elements. Right? We had to discuss about certain background elements about business and certain environmental factors about business and about classifications of business and the evolution of business. Those are certain things that we had to discuss in Unit 1. So first we will go with some of the background elements that we have when it comes to businesses. So I'm expecting you to answer as well, right? I'm expecting answers from you, so we can go as a two-way communication, discuss. First one is the foundation of a business, right? When it comes to any business, right? When it comes to any business, the foundation of business are the needs and wants. Needs and wants of customers. Right? The foundation of business is the needs and wants of customers. Okay. And why questions right? Those kinds of questions might come. What is the foundation of business? Needs and wants. Needs and wants are the foundation of the business. Okay. Then, if this is the foundation, what do you mean by needs? If it is the foundation, what do you mean by needs? What do you mean by wants? What are needs and wants? Basically, right? Basically, needs means the essential things that must be that must be consumed for the survival of human being. Munade, needs mean essential, right? Essentials, right? These are essentials that must be fulfilled, right? That must be, right? That must be fulfilled for the survival, right? The essentials that must be fulfilled by for the survival of the human beings are what you call as human needs. What are the things that we have as human needs? Human needs are the examples. Human needs you can have food, basic needs that are food, clothing, love, protection, health, food, clothing, love, protection, health. You have communication, entertainment. Those are some of the basic needs, right? Communication, entertainment, protection, health, love, food, clothing, shelter. Those are some of your basic needs that you have to fulfill. Without fulfilling them, right? Without fulfilling them, you are unable to survive in the world, right? You are unable to survive. So this is what we call the needs. You know that, right? You know that, okay, needs can essential things that we have to fulfill. Then what is wants? Then what is all about wants? Wants are the different ways, wants are the different ways how you are going to fulfill these needs. Now, wants that you need clothing is your right, clothing is your need. Clothing is your need. What is this now? You want a jhumka or Kannada right? Jhumka. Now jhumka is a jhumka, or sometimes people say jimiki also. Okay, I don't know. This want is that jimiki. What is this? Jhumka is your want. Clothing is your need, right? Clothing is your need. The accessories are your needs. But jhumka is a want. The thing is, you can live without this, right? You can live without this one. You can. Without clothing, you can't survive. Without clothing, you can't survive. But without this jhumka, you can survive. Okay. So then wants are, right? The wants are non-essential. Right? Non-essential things which are used to satisfy our needs. These are non-essential things which are used to satisfy our needs. All in it, right? Now, for you, having a jumka is not essential. But if you have one, it will make your life better. And it will make you happy. Right? It will make you better. It will make you look nice. It will make you happy. That's happening. But it doesn't affect your survival. Right? This junta will not affect your survival. It makes your life a little bit better. It will make you happy. It will make you satisfied. Anotama wants a limit. The unessential things, right? These are unessential ways and means which are used to satisfy your needs. The unessential things which are used to satisfy your needs. That is what we call wants. And now, the difference between needs and wants. Now, in your short notepad, what I have given is a table, right? I have given is a table. The difference between needs and wants, right? You have to go for the difference between needs and wants. Can you tell me, right? Can you tell me what are the differences that we have? So yeah, we can have a discussion, right? We can have a discussion. What are the difference between needs and wants? Tell me right? I will tell you a point for needs, right? Mama, then a pointer of needs. Give me the point for the wants. Mama needs here na. Mama wants here. Okay, I'll start it like this. Needs are, right? I'll tell you like this. Needs are essential. Needs are essential. Then what about wants? Wants are what? Wants are
essential.
not essential, right? Wants are not essential. Okay. Wants are not essential. Needs are simple. Right? Needs are simple. But here right? Simple in nature. That means I want clothing, I want food, I want shelter. It's very simple. But when it comes to wants,
complex.
I want a gold color jhumka. I want a silver color jhumka. What is that?
Different, like complex.
It's complex, yes. Wants are complex in nature. Right? So whatever I need is not whatever you need. Right? Never. It's complex in nature. Then needs are primary in nature, right? Needs are primary. As soon as you wake up in the morning, right? As soon as you wake up in the morning, you need to have good health. You need to have a shelter over your head, right? You need to have a roof above your head. You need to have food. Those are basic. The primary. But when it comes to wants, it becomes secondary. It becomes secondary. Now, like when you wake up in the morning, I going to say, I did raise my jhumka. Then I did raise my strawberry milkshake. I will check them. No. Whatever you, when you wake up and now, like the primary thing is, you check, am I breathing? Did I have water? Do I have the XP? Right? Do I have the good health? But wants, those are secondary in nature. So essential, simple, primary in nature. What else do we have?
Limited, unlimited.
Limited and unlimited, right? Needs are limited. How many needs do we have? I can tell less than 10 only. We have less than 10 needs. But wants Gattana, there are millions and millions and millions of wants, right? So needs are limited, wants are unlimited. So these are the differences, right? These are the differences that you can write even in the examination when they ask about characteristics of difference between needs and wants. Needs टिका characterize करने की वो you can write this needs column. Wants characterize करने की वो wants column का लिया ना पुलो. But if they ask the difference, you can write like this. Always go for a table. Huh? In exam, when they ask the difference between two things, always go for a table. It's very safe, right? It's very safe if you go for a table. Table like it, you have to write the appropriate ones. Huh? Now, for example, look at this. You write essential in needs and you write complex in wants. If you write essential, then you have to write it's not essential. The same point has to be contrasted, right? The same point has to be contrasted. Whenever points contrast, compare. If it is complex, you have to write simple. If it is limited, unlimited. You write limited and complex, okay, so you have to have that in mind. Copy down this one in your what you call a booklet or something like paper I don't know if you have printed this one. So have it in a sheet or have a screenshot also. Screenshot you will never see those, right? Even I did those screenshot things back in my A-level days, okay? Around 6 years ago, I did the same thing during COVID. I never ever watched those, right? Okay? So don't take screenshots. It's a stupid thing to do. Always like that. Okay. The next one is ways of fulfilling needs, right? Ways of fulfilling needs. Now, when it comes to business, right? When it comes to business, there are different ways, or not businesses. When it comes to consumers, there are different ways that they use to satisfy their needs and wants, right? There are basically 5 different ways, right? There are 5 different ways how they satisfy their needs and wants. One is self-production. That means self-production means you are producing your own goods, right? You are producing your own products. You cook by your own self, right? You are doing farming by your own self. You are hunting by your own self. You are doing the gardening by yourself, right? All those are done by you yourself. This is self-production. For your needs, you do it by yourself. Self-production. Another point, right? Another point is exchange. That means, right? Exchange means you are unable to produce. You don't know how to produce. Even though you don't know how to produce, still, if you have money or if you have something valuable, you can exchange it with another person. You can exchange it with another person. Or exchange karagana. Okay, so that can be done to satisfy your needs and wants. But if you don't have money, if you don't have something valuable, what you can do is you can steal or cohesion, right? You can go for cohesion or you can go for stealing, right? You can do the stealing thing. You see, right? Faraz is, my friend has something valuable, so I'm stealing it. You can do it. I'm not telling this is right or wrong. What I'm telling is, you can steal another person's item to satisfy your needs. Okay. Even after stealing, right? You think, okay, no. Stealing is not good. Stealing is haram and all. Stealing is pavam and all. You don't even steal. Then you go for this. Next one. After cohesion, you go for what do you call begging. Right? Not begging. Yeah, we'll take begging. You can go begging. Right? You can ask someone, I am very hungry, nothing to eat. You can beg. You can beg from someone. Even by begging, you can satisfy your needs. Fine. But you are like, nah, who am I to beg? Who am I to beg? What is my living life status? I don't like to beg and all. So you can go for another option. That is, you stay, like you stay without doing anything, and someone sees you, and someone gives you some donation. They were like, Farah is starving and all, like this girl is starving and all. What I will do is I will donate her some food. You know what? Donate her. So even by donations, now you can consume, right? Even by donations, now you can satisfy your needs and wants. So those are the 5 methods, right? Those are the 5 methods that can be used to satisfy your needs and wants. Those are the 5 methods that can be used to satisfy your needs and wants. Self-production, exchange, cohesion, begging, and donation. Okay. Right. So that's what I have given here. Our next one. I guess my speed is okay with you, right? My speed is okay with you, right? Is my methodology which is fine, right? Maka teren ka anisat rahani. Maka teren ka anisat rahani na. Ahen na kan tiyan na. Fine. Then the next one is Maslow's hierarchy. Right? Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Now, when it comes to Maslow's hierarchy, right? When it comes to Maslow's hierarchy, I have given you in the tutor as well. There are 5 levels, right? There are 5 levels, which starts from bottom to top, right? Which starts from bottom to top. Okay, I have 5 levels. It starts from bottom to top. What is this bottom one? The bottom one is your basic needs. It's your basic needs, or as your physiological, right? PHY, right? PHY. Right? It is your physiological needs, your basic needs. That means your food, clothing, shelter, those things has to be satisfied first. If satisfy karle, you will not pass the right? After you satisfy these basic needs only, you go for the next one. After you satisfy your basic needs only, you go for the next one. That is your safety needs. It is your safety needs. You are thinking about your safety now. If I want to eat tomorrow, right? If I want to eat food tomorrow, today I want to start a job. If I want to have a shelter, I want to have a house. If I want a shelter over me, I want to have a house. So that to have that house, I want to pay rent. To pay rent, I want money. So I want a job. So you start to think about those stuff. That is your safety needs, right? That is your safety needs. And after your safety needs are fulfilled, now you have food to eat, you have a shelter to stay, you have a good job. What you do is you go to the next one. You start to build relationships. You try to find friends. You try to make families. You go for social needs. You are trying to find a friend. I need a friend to have. I need a boyfriend. I need a girlfriend. I need a husband. I need a wife. I need kids. What do? You try to find family. Try to get socialized with people. That is your social needs. Always remember, when you reach up, when you get a quarter, may pahara strong when no, yeah. The below levels, right? The below areas has to be strong. If your physiological and safety needs are not strong, you will be unable to stay in the social needs. Right? Our physiological and safety needs strong, you are unable to stay in the social needs. Okay, the social life will not be successful if these two are not strong. And now, after you satisfy your social needs, that means you have a good family, you have a good family life, you have good friends, you have a good house, you have your basic needs, food, water, clothing, all those things are satisfied. After this, what you do? You go for the next level, right? You go for the next level, that is your esteem needs. You go for the esteem needs. Okay. Esteem needs you expect the people to respect you, right? You expect people to respect you. Munade, now let's say you have the money, you have a good job, you have a recognition in the you have a good recognition. Now what you expect is, right? What you expect is people to respect you. If I go to a wedding, right now, let's say you are going for a family wedding, right? You are going for a family wedding. You are a successful person in your family, yeah. You are a successful person in your family. You go to a family wedding. Would you prefer to go in a Benz or would you prefer to go in a... If you are a very successful one, you would go in a Benz. Hey, hey, why do you go in a Benz? To show people we are human, we are human. You want to show people I am successful. Mama successful porak. Nantang gettu. You have to show other people, like you have to show other people I am the porak. To show people I am the porak, to show people your status, what you do? You go in a Benz, you go in a BMW. Then only people will start to respect you. A day that girl is coming. 15 years ago, she was very poor. Right now, she is very successful in life. She has succeeded. She is doing a good job. She is the owner of a business. She is the CEO. Blah blah blah. Whatever they will say, they try to respect you now. They will show the small kids. Be like that one. What do you take right? What is this? Your status is now growing. Right? Your what do you call? Your esteem, your respect is now growing. You want that. When your esteem needs, you want that. But even after a particular point, right? Even after a particular point, you will be like, "Mata respect is but right? Even though I have the respect is not enough, right? Even though respect is there, the respect is not enough. I don't have right. I don't have this power, right? With this respect, with this thing, I can't do anything. I need something more. I need something adukkum mela, right? What is this? Now, I'll just give you an interesting example, right? I'll give you an interesting example. I guess, right? So, you know our Tamil Nadu CM, right? You know the Tamil Nadu CM. Talapati Vijay, you know, right? Now, take his story. Take his story. Even he says what? He was in his peak of his career, right? He was in his peak of his career, right? यार film career की यार की peak है कि लो, I don't know. He was making 100 crores, 200 crores, 300 crores per movie, right? He is earning money. He has millions of fans worldwide. Millions of fans are there. Yeah, he's earning in crores. He has a good car and all that. He's very famous, rich. Everything is there. But still, he was like, அதெல்லாம் விட்டு போட்டுட்டு, right? Even after leaving all this, right? He left all those things, right? He left all those things. He chose politics. He wanted to do something for the society, right? He wanted to do something for his society. He wanted power. With his fame, with his money, he can't do this. He can't change governments, right? He can't change rules. So what did he do? He tried to go to the best possible position he could go. This, right? This is what we call as self-actualization. You are reaching one's maximum potential, right? You are reaching one's maximum potential. And you are reaching one's maximum potential. That is self-actualization. He is trying to go to his very best. He is trying to do his very best. He is leaving everything aside. Money, he is leaving money, right? He is leaving his movie career, like film career. Everything he is leaving. He started in politics and then he became a CM. This is you call as self-actualization, trying to become your best version. And this is what you call as Maslow's hierarchy. Okay, so it's a very interesting concept. I like to teach this for the theory. In the theory class, I will be teaching this for like half an hour, right? So it's a very interesting concept, but I didn't want to waste that much of time here. So, were you able to understand the hierarchy? Maslow's hierarchy theory? Do you have any clarification so far? Anything you have clarified, Farah? Okay, fine, good, fine. So I'll be teaching you another little bit of a things, and then we'll discuss the classification of goods. I will discuss the classification of goods, and then we'll go for the questions. Then we'll go for the questions. By the way, before the next part, I'll tell you. Normally questions come, right? Normally how questions come. Now in your paper 2, right? Right. Now in your paper 2, you have the question number 1, right? You have the question number 1. Most of the time, right? Most of the time, almost 99% of the time, right? 99% of the time, the question 1 is made out of, right? The question 1 is made out of unit 1 and 2, right? You have to understand this. This is not a 100% exact pattern. Huh? This is not a 100% exact pattern. Here, most of the time, question 1 is made out of unit 1 and like 99% of the time, it is how it is made. Question 1 ಗೆ 2 ಗೆ sorry, unit 1 ಗೆ 2 ಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದಮ್ಮ question 1 ಗೆ ಅದನ್ನೇ. Okay, so in your paper, these questions are very basic, right? These questions are very basic ones. Having basic questions with a okay, so you will be easily, right? You will be able, right? You will be able to easily score this 20 marks. Right? If you catch this 2 lessons very well, you will be easily able to go for this 20. When 20 marks, okay? So we'll do it very we'll try to understand this very well. And plus, when it comes to paper 1, right? When it comes to paper 1, the first 15 MCQ question, right? First 15 MCQ will be from grade 12. The next 15 will be from grade 30. Okay. First 15 MCQ will be from grade 12. The next 15 MCQ will be from grade 30. Sometimes sometimes 1 to 2 questions. It goes up and down. It's a examiner's team, right? So that's a dependable case. But most of the time, it is like this. The structure is like this. Okay. So that's a basic information. Right. Now, what we are about to do next is the classification. Classification of goods. Okay, the classification of goods. Now tell me what are the two types of goods that you have? Two types of goods. Tell me what are the two types of goods? I don't hear you, ma.
Consumer goods.
Consumer goods and
I forgot the other.
forgot the next one. Industrial goods.
Industry.
Industrial goods. Consumer goods and industrial goods. Why do we use consumer goods? Why use consumer goods is for what? For what is the reason you use consumer goods for? For
Consumption.
your final consumption. Then for industrial goods for use?
For production, like
Not only for production, not only for production. Wait, I'll come there. Consumer goods are used for final consumption. Industrial goods are used for consumption of the business and for the production. For the consumption and production of business. Here consumers are using this for their final consumption, but industrial goods are used for the consumption and production of business, production of goods and services. Right? Consumption and production of goods and services on note use karanne. Okay. Industrial goods are used for consumption and production of goods and services. Can you give me some examples for industrial goods? Can you give me some examples for industrial goods? Nothing examples. The examples that we have, again.
no idea.
No idea, okay. So when it comes to industrial goods, you can have raw materials, spare parts, and capital goods. Right? Raw materials, spare parts, capital goods. Those are some examples for industrial goods. Those are some examples for industrial goods. But consumer goods mean all the things that we use to consume, right? All things that we use to consume are consumer goods. But when it comes to industrial goods, we can take like raw materials, spare parts, capital goods. Those are some of the examples for this. Now, that is pretty much everything that we talk about industrial goods. Industrial goods can have. But when it comes to consumer goods, we are now further classifying this. We are now further classifying consumer goods based on usage and based on need. Based on usage, based on need, we can classify consumer goods. Can you tell me, based on needs, what are the types of consumer goods that we have? Based on needs. Based on usage also you can do, right? Based on need also can do. Okay.
No,
Ten.
no idea, sir.
Uh-huh.
I said no idea. I don't have an
Okay,
idea.
okay, sorry. I didn't hear. Based on need, you can divide it into two as essential goods and then luxury goods. Right? You can divide essential goods and as luxury goods. And when it comes to based on usage, you can divide it into four types. That is convenience good, shopping goods, specialized goods, and unsold goods. And so those are the classifications when it comes to goods. Right? This is the classification of goods. What we want to do right now is there's a space here, right? Classification of goods and services in a space up here. What I want you to do is I want you to take down this, right? I want you to take down this entire table. Now, in the exam, if they ask what is consumer good, minimum final consumption of goods and services, right? Uh, Take the topic classification of goods, consumer and industrial. Consumer goods mean it is divided into two based on usage, based on need. Based on usage, these are things. Based on needs are things. And industrial goods, we have examples as raw materials, spare parts, can you copy down this entire thing in this particular place? We have printed it, copy down there. If not, take down a sheet and copy down it as well. Okay, done. Right. Okay, now we'll go with the explanations of these. Now here we have this. These types of things will come for your fill in the blanks, right? You might have done papers, right? You might have done fill in the blanks and Karlati. Fill in the blanks are the toughest ones that the business study students say. No matter what I write in the fill in the blank, always it goes wrong. No matter whatever I study, no matter whatever I write in the PS paper, fill in the blanks, it always goes. Why? Like, why does it go wrong? Is you don't know the proper definitions. You don't know what the proper words. That is the problem. You are not thorough, right? You are not thorough with the theory. If you are not thorough with the theory, you will not be able to answer the fill in the blanks question. Sorry, don't fill in the blanks only. If you are thorough with the theory, fill in the blanks is nothing for you. So, hurried words, right? Hurried keywords, then you will be able to answer them very easy. Okay. The first one, right? The first type of good is the consumer good and industrial goods, right? In consumer goods, now they where's the highlight? Okay. These are final products. Consumer goods are the final products bought by individuals or households for their own personal use, right? This is bought for their own personal use, personal and consumption. Again, basically final consumption. If you are using for the final consumption, if you are using for the personal consumption, it is called consumer goods. So that is the keyword there. Okay. Personal consumption or final consumption is the keyword when it comes to consumer goods. Industrial goods are products bought by businesses used in their operations, right? The products are used in the operations to make other products, right? They are consuming and producing to make other products. Industrial goods. Okay, those are keywords. You have to remember those keywords, then only you can answer questions. Essential goods, these are the basic items for the survival. Basic items needed for the survival are what we call as essential goods. Right? You don't care about the income level, right? We don't care about the income level. You need to consume these things. Medicine, food. Those are certain things that you have to consume, no matter what your income is. You are earning 100,000 per month, 50,000 per month, 500,000 per month. Product man. You have to consume the essential goods, whoever you are. Whatever the income level is not regarded, right? It is regarded regardless your income level, right? Regardless your income level, you have to consume this. Regardless your income level, you have to consume this. Those are what we call as essential things. But luxury means, right? Luxury means the goods that you are going to consume, right? The goods that you are going to consume only after you reach a certain level of income. What a income level right? Only if your income level is strong, then only you will go for luxury goods. Like for example, let's say your monthly income is 50,000, right? Your monthly income is 50,000. Now, will you go buy an iPhone? If you have a brain, will you go and buy an iPhone now? No. Like you will not go and buy an iPhone if you have a brain. Okay. Why? Because you can afford at the moment. iPhones are now luxury goods. So you will go for an iPhone maybe when you have a salary of 500,000. When you have a salary of 300,000, you will go for an iPhone. But right now, at a 50,000 salary, you will not go for an iPhone. Okay. So luxury goods are expensive and non-essential items when a person's demand rises, right? When a demand rises, when your income rises, you will. Vinadi at the Farah, so I'm getting a call. Something. Just give me a second. Okay, fine. Uh, the next one is the next one. convenience goods, right? The next one was convenience goods. Products that are good. I think I'm audible, right? Okay. The next one is convenience good. Now, convenient goods mean what? Convenient goods are the goods that are bought frequently, immediately, without any efforts. Right? You go to your shop, right? You go to your shop and you just buy. Okay, Mudalali, give me a soap, give me a life boy, give me a pyas, right? Give me a milk packet, right? What effect may make up done, right? You don't have this what you call heavy efforts, right? You don't have this heavy efforts to purchase. උදාහරණයක් සීනි කිලෝවක් දෙන්න. මෙතන මට හාල් කිලෝවක් දෙන්න. මට පරිප්පු කිලෝවක් දෙන්න. You just buy in very instant ways, right? You don't put much efforts. These are what we call as convenience goods, right? So the goods that are bought frequently and immediately with less efforts are called as convenience goods, right? Those are what we call as convenient goods. Then I'll go for the shopping goods here, right? I'll go for the shopping goods. Shopping goods are the items you purchase less frequently. You purchase them less frequently, but you compare the suitability, you compare the suitability, you compare the quality, price, style, the furniture, right? This, like, you compare the quality, price, right? The brand, all those are compared. Number, let's take you as an example. If you go for Eid shopping, shopping, when you go for Eid shopping, how many days would you spend? You spend around 1 week. You spend around 1 week to buy your clothes, right? You go in the morning, no limit and you come back at iftar, right? Evening evening. Why? You spend time. You go to Fashionburg, you go to No Limit, you go to Shriyani, you go to Tilakavardhana, you go to Odell, you go everywhere and you try to buy your clothes. You match colors, you compare prices, you compare designs. Everything is done. What is this? Shopping goods, right? This is what we call as shopping goods. Then there is specialty goods. Specialty goods is or specialized goods. It is the don't compare. This is also you don't buy frequent, right? You don't buy this frequently. You take time, right? You take time to purchase, right? What are time gonna purchase karana? You purchase this like once every 5 years, once a year. Purchase karana. Like vehicles, jewelries, and medicines. Medicines lang once a year. Medicines you buy frequently, but only specified medicine. Like if you have diabetics, you will go for diabetics tablets only. You will not buy pressure tablets. Right? There's a specific reason why you buy that product. A specialized reason. Only if you have a specialized reason, you will buy that product. That you call it as specialty goods. And then finally, the unsold goods, where you don't know if this is at your home or you don't know if you have a need of this. You don't even look for this good. Again, product market and you know there's this product, but you are not interested in buying. For example, insurance. You know, if you go for an insurance company, you are able to get an insurance policy. Or insurance policy is done puluva. Or insurance company insurance policy is done puluva. But ganna no. Why? You think you don't want it, you don't need it. Huh? I am not going to die tomorrow. I am not going to die tomorrow. Why would I need an insurance? So, unsold good means you know the goods are available in the market, but you are not putting efforts to buy them. That is unsold goods. So, those are the classifications, right? Those are the explanation for these classifications of goods. Consumer goods are based on usage, based on need. These are the things, and those are the explanations. Right? Okay. Do you have any questions related to this now? Huh? So, any problem, any question that that you have related to this classification of goods? If not, we can go on to the questions as well. Right? We can go for the questions next. Anything to clarify, Farah? Okay. So, with that, I want you to try. There are 5 questions here, right? There are 5 MCQ questions from past papers. Can you try these 5 questions? I'll give you around 10 minutes. I'll give you around 10 minutes for this, right? For one question, I'll give you around 2 minutes, right? For one question, I'll give you around 2 minutes. Very thick, it's a little bit excess. We'll restart. I will restart somewhere around 10:30. Yeah, right. I'll start the session at 10:30. Don't leave. I'm leaving it now. We'll start around 10:30. Now it's 10:20. I need to have my breakfast as well. I didn't eat it. I didn't eat yet. So give me 10 minutes for that. So meanwhile, you can try out these questions as well. Huh? So I guess you have the PDF. So do it in the PDF or in the question paper. Okay, Farah, are you done with the questions? Yes, good. So, shall we discuss which of the following, right? First question, which of the following is considered as a bond? Out of this, which one is considered as a bond? Communication, transportation, education, insurance, health. Which one is considered as a bond? Yes, insurance, right? Insurance here, it's a service, it's just a bond. Which of the following contains only the characteristics of a bond? Bond has characteristics unnathi. The fourth one. Unlimited, varied, and subjective. Correct. Out of the following pair, select the correct answer for unsold goods. Unsold goods computations what are there?
The question, like the answers, I wasn't sure.
Okay. For here, right, for this one, right, for unsold goods, the answer here is life insurance and personal accident insurance. Right? Life insurance and personal accident insurance. Where again, him. You know, life insurance is there in the market. You know, personal accident insurance is there in the market. But you are not willing to obtain it, right? You are not willing to obtain it. Because would come out here, right? You know it's in the market, but you're not going to purchase it. So those we call it as unsold goods.
So then, like the house and fire insurance is also in the market, right? But not everyone uh use it. Like so,
Yeah. So this is not about house and fire insurance. It's a separate two things, right? It says house and a fire insurance, right? They are differentiating two things. House is a specialized good name. House and a fire insurance. Like personal accident insurance and house. So those are two different things. Here, the method answer is house and fire insurance. House is something else. Fire insurance is something else. Fire insurance is a unsold good. House is a specialized good. Right? House is a specialized good. So thereby answer 5 you can't take. So life insurance and personal accident insurance, both are insurances, right? Both answers are insurance. So insurance is probably one of the hardest thing to sell, and one of the things which are less considered by consumers to purchase, right? Means good insurance garne kamati nahi. House ka garne means hoena, right? People search for houses, right? When people want to buy a house, they search for houses. But life insurance is not like that. The insurance guy will come to you and tell Farah, you will die in 100 different ways. Buy an insurance today. Insurance. So based on that, we have to go with the answer number 1. Is it clear?
yes, sir.
Okay. And through every good and service, consumers
5.
file. No. Through goods and services, needs and wants are fulfilled. Answer is number 3. Through every good and service, both needs and wants are satisfied. Right? Answer is number 3. Wants are fulfilled using scarce resources. Yes, ekat hari. But then that third one is the better one, right? The needs and the wants both are fulfilled, right? By consuming goods and services, both needs and wants both are fulfilled. So fourth is answer number 3. Fifth one, value addition of a product means
5.
Answer 5. Value increment at every stage of production, right? We are increasing the value of the product at every stage. That is what we call as value addition. I'll explain this value addition in the next part, right? Part of the I'll explain there as well. Okay. So far you're you're kind of okay with the MCQs, right? The Chuttak polish and no, right? You do have to polish yourself a little bit more. Okay, we'll see further, right? Okay. Now we'll start the main part of the lesson, right? We'll start the main part of the lesson. What is business? Okay. Now, when it comes to business studies, you need to learn about what businesses. A business is considered as a business is an economic activity, right? A business is an economic activity. Now, can you tell me what is an economic activity, Uta? Huh? What is an economic activity? What are things that is included in this economic activity? Economic activity का मतलब बनाती है.
Production, distribution, and selling.
Right. Okay. In an economic activity, you have production, distribution, and exchange. Okay. Now see, here I am producing a service. I am producing a service. Okay. And maybe like pick me and all Pronto, those people, right? Whom you, those are distributing goods and services. Exchanging, you go to Cargill, Scales, you are exchanging good and service for some money. So business is an economic activity which produces goods and services, right? Which produces goods and services in order to satisfy the needs and wants, which satisfy the needs and wants with or without a profit mode, right? With or without a profit mode. Now in the exam, right? In the exam, when you want to write an answer for this type of a question, right? Maybe definition type question answer you need to include these keywords. Without including keywords, if you write an answer, you will not get marks. See, we can write like this as well. Business is a business is where you buy and sell goods and services, right? Business is anything where you buy and sell goods and services. Normally, right? You can write business is anything where you buy and sell goods and services. Yeah. In general terms, this is fine. In general terms, this is fine. But for examination, no. This is not correct. Right? For examination, this is not correct. In your examination method like this, business is an economic activity which produces goods and services to satisfy needs and wants with or without a profit motive. One definition, right? You need to have this definition when it comes to your paper. That is economic activity, goods and service, needs and wants, profit motive. Right? Include no. Now, when it comes to business, right? When it comes to business, there are two main functions or two main activities that we do, right? There are two main functions that we do. Functions දෙකක් තියෙනවා. එකක් තමයි the first function is fulfilling needs and wants. That is the main thing that we do. And then the second function is value addition. Okay, fulfilling needs and wants, and then the value addition. Now, what is value addition? What is value addition? Sorry, what is fulfilling needs and wants? You know that, right? We have already discussed. We produce goods and services. Different goods and services are produced to satisfy the needs and wants of consumers. Okay, consumers like needs and wants fulfill करने का नाम मैं fulfilling needs and wants की नहीं किया. But apart from that, another option is there. Another point is there when it comes to business functions. That is value addition. Value addition of resources. Value addition of resources. Now, what is value addition of resources is, we as a business, right, when we are doing a business, what our main aim is, right, what our main function is, again, what our main function is, you will have raw materials. The raw materials will go through a process. We have raw materials. This raw materials will go through a process. Through this process, you create a high valued good, right? You create a high valued good to satisfy the needs and wants of people. This process of increasing the value, right? The process of increasing the value of the raw materials is what we call as value addition. Now, if I take a basic example, we'll take flour, eggs, butter. Okay, flour, eggs, and butter. You mix them, right? You mix them and make a batter, right? You mix them and make a batter. And then you make a cake, a butter cake. To this butter cake, you add this icing, you add chocolates, then you make a pretty good cake. There are cake, chocolate, icing, dark chocolate, Kit Kat, like strawberries, you make a better cake, right? So now this cake is somewhere around 5,000 rupees. See, the raw materials here, the flour, eggs, and butter, the cost of this was 900 rupees. The cost of this raw materials was 900 rupees. But you made the batter and you baked the cake and then you added icing, chocolates, and now the value of this cake is sold at 5,000 rupees. This process, right, the process that this raw material goes through, this process is what we call as value addition. If you can define this, right, definition right, write down a definition there. The process of, right, I will write here as well. The process of adding value to resources in each stage of production. Right. The process of adding value to resources in each stage of production. This is basically what? Like this is basically what? Value addition. The process of adding value to resources in each stage of production is what we call as value addition. So those are the two main functions of the business. Now in the exam, if they ask what are the two main functions, value addition and fulfilling needs and wants. You forget something, you forget needs and wants fulfill karno anitaka matakani. We'll write something there. You add this filler words. You add this random. You think of some random thing and you write. Okay. Make a hurry at it. Profit maximization is a function. Sales maximization is a function. Clearly, if the syllabus is teaching you, okay, these are the two main functions, you have to. If you come up with this different poetries and all, you will not get marks. If it is a well structured and given one, right, you have to write and go with that answer only. Okay. And then the next part, right? And the next part is regarding the characteristics of business. The characteristics of business. I'll just erase here. Now, let's do something like this. I am selling you, right? I am selling you my phone, right? I have a phone, right? I have a phone. I have used this for like 3 years now. I have used this phone for 3 years. Now I am selling this phone to you. Tell me, is this a business?
No, sir.
I am selling my phone
No,
to you. Is this a business? No.
it's
Why? Why not?
because like the transaction happened once.
The transaction happened only once. Hey, when I am selling you the phone, right? When I am selling you the phone, it's just a one single transaction. Okay, it's not a business. If it is a business, right? If it is a business, there are still characteristics that has to be fulfilled. Right? The characteristic is one, yes, you have to exchange goods and services. You have to exchange goods and services, right? I gave you a phone, that means okay, that's a good, fine. There has to be another important one. The important thing is there has to be continuous transactions, right? There has to be continuous transactions. Like a phone right? If I am selling you a phone, I get money, I buy another two phones, I'm selling it to someone else. And I get money again, I have to sell phones continuously. Then it is considered as a business. If it is just a one transaction, I'm selling my phone, I'm selling my bike, then those are not considered as business, right? A business is a continuous transaction. And then it has to involve the risk, right? It has to involve the risk. Risk has to be there. Now, for example, let's say now I'm engaged in a phone business. I'm doing a phone business. I'm buying phones from China, right? I'm buying phones from China. But when the stock came, right? When the stock is coming, my stocks got damaged, right? My phones got damaged. Damaged, right? Display, now the entire shipment is now waste. It is my risk, right? It is my risk. My stocks could get damaged. The risk is there. When you are doing a business, a risk has to be there. Risk is another business there. Every time there is risk. Right? Every time there is risk, no matter who you are, always there is a risk. Then another one is motivated by profits. Motivated by profits. Now, when I'm selling, right, when I'm selling you the phone for the first time, I keep 5,000 extra. I bought at 100,000. I'm selling you at 105 a day. I have 5,000 extra. I get 5,000 extra. What is this? my profit. Now I'm motivated, right? What if I sell 10 phones per day, 50,000 rupees? What if I sell 100 phones per month? I'm getting motivated with the profits. This is a characteristic of a business, right? This is a characteristic of a business. And what? Those are some of the features, right? Those are some of the features that you can see there. Okay. And plus, every business, right? And every business has aims as well, right? Every business does have aims, right? Aims with the aims of business. Now, when it comes to aims, right? When it comes to aims, very basic ones are there. The aims of the business are profit maximization, sales maximizations. Okay. Overall, निकल लिया ना थोड़ा profit maximization, sale maximization, customer satisfaction, and then employee welfare. Right? Those are some of the aims that every business should have, right? Businesses should not always think about selling goods. It's not always about producing the quality product. You have to think about maximizing your profits. You have to think about maximizing your sales. You have to think about satisfying your customers, improving satisfaction. You have to think about the welfare of the employees as well. So those are some of the main aims that we have as a business. And by doing this business, how can we contribute to the economy? Is when you start a business, right? When you start a business, you are creating jobs. You give a job to 2 to 3 people. You give jobs to some people. If it's a large scale business, you give jobs to thousands of people. If it's a small one, if it is SME, you give jobs to like 5, 10 people. Okay, creation of job opportunities. You satisfy the needs and wants of people. You are increasing the GDP of the country. When you are doing production, or the production karne kota, the GDP value will increase. The gross domestic product will increase. And you have to be responsible to the economy as well. You have to do business in an eco-friendly manner. You can be socially responsible. You can be environmentally responsible, economically responsible. So those are some of the ways how you can contribute to the economy. Right? Maybe let's say you are engaging in international trade. You are exporting spices. You are exporting rubber. You are exporting garments. That means you are engaged in international trade. And those are what do you call as different ways how you contribute to the economy. Those are different ways how you contribute to the economy. Okay. So that's all about the basics of business, right? That's all about the basics of business. Is there anything that I have to clarify further? So I never understood this particular point. What do you mean by this? इसको लेके हुआ classes लेके हुआ I self studied but I couldn't understand this by now. Do you have anything like that? Anything to clarify so I can do it? Otherwise I will move on further. No, okay, right, fine. So since you said you are from Manideva Balika Vidyalaya, just a random question, like where are you from? I don't know where is Manideva Balika Vidyalaya. I am from Nigamru, but like where are you from? Are you somewhere in the Gampha district or Kalam district? I don't know.
Gunagala, sir.
Gurunagar.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, fine. Okay. So then next we will discuss this business evolution, right? We'll discuss this business evolution and then we'll go for the business evolution. Then we'll discuss the e-commerce part, right? After that, we'll mainly go for the questions. I will stop the theory. I will stop the theory today by this discussion of the with the discussion of this what we call business evolution and e-commerce. I'll stop the theory part, and then after that, we'll start discussing questions. Yeah. Then we will go for the questions after that. We need to understand how to write answers to marks questions. Now, since you are in school, like in your term test, how much marks would you get for BS? Yeah, the full one use right. Don't have marks. Don't ask those things. Or else, no, sir, I get 90 plus. Where level? Anything like that. Okay, in the third term, you didn't get. Previously, like any previous. The second term and now, like, how was second term? 72. Then fine. You are doing good. You are doing good. Shaina is here. Good morning, Shaina. Just now woke up. And the negative. Or is it morning? Is it 9 o'clock for Ratulagam right now? Okay. Now, Shaina, we have already discussed like half of the unit one, right? And half of the unit one. Right? We have started the basics of unit one. We are about to discuss the business evolution, right? We are about to discuss the business evolution. So stay with us, huh? Right. Okay. Next, then we will. Okay, the business evolution. Now, when it comes to business evolution, right? When it comes to business evolution, the first we have to understand there was a time period, right? There was a time period before business, right? There was a time period before business, that is the self-sufficient economy. Right? There was a time period before business, that is the self-sufficient economy. During self-sufficient economy, people were engaged in direct production. In self-sufficient economy, people were engaged in direct production. What is direct production? Direct production means producing for one's own consumption. Right? Direct production means you are producing for your own consumption or maybe for your family's consumption. It is for the own consumption or for the family consumption. Now, what happens when you are producing directly, right? When you are producing for your own, when you engage in direct production, what happens is you get specialized. When you are engaged in the same thing, right? When you are doing the same thing again and again and again and again, what happens is you get specialized. Now, when you are specialized, right? When you are specialized, what is the thing is you will be able to produce excess. When you are specialized, now you are producing excess. In the self-sufficient economy, you are engaged in direct production, right? In self-sufficient economy, you are engaged in direct production. Direct production means you are producing for your own consumption, right? You are producing for your own consumption. When you are producing for your own, right, when you are producing for your own, you get specialized in something. If Farah is good at hunting, she is getting specialized. If Shaina is good at farming, she is getting specialized. Right? You are specialized in that particular thing. And you are specialized in that particular. Due to specialization, what you do, you are now producing excess. You are producing excess. When you produce excess, you have more goods. When you have excess, you have more products. You have more products. What you do, you start to sell them, right? You start to take them to the market. You try to take them to the market. You have more products, you try to exchange, you try to bring it to the market. You call it indirect production. You call it indirect production. Indirect production is where you produce to sell, right? We are producing to exchange, produce to exchange. Yeah. Direct production means you are producing for own consumption. Yeah. Direct production means you are producing for own consumption. If it is, right, what do you call? Indirect production, you are producing it for exchange purposes. Exchange purposes produce kara. So indirect production. Now, when you are in indirect production, right? When you are doing indirect production, as soon as you start to exchange, right? As soon as you start to exchange the goods with other people, right? As soon as you start to exchange with other people, you call this as the barter system. On the first step of business, and the first step of business is start. Indirect production is there. It is there you produce to exchange. And when you start exchanging, you call it as the barter system. Exchanging good or service for another good or service. You are exchanging a good or service for another good or service, that is barter. But barter system, right? But barter system started to fail, right? The barter system started to fail. Barter system is out of thing. Can someone tell me why did barter system started to fail? What is the why did barter system started to fail? Due to what reason? There's one main reason. There's one main reason why barter system started to fail. Farah. Okay, so there are some others as well, right? So what is the main reason that barter system started to fail? It is due to lack of dual coincidence, right? Lack of dual coincidence. Barter system started to fail due to lack of dual coincidence. Dual coincidence is a bar system fail due to lack of dual coincidence. Bar system started to fail. When bar system failed, we need something, right? We needed something. We need a solution for this. the solution that we get is use of money. The point we arrive is the use of money. When bar system failed due to lack of dual coincidence, we needed a solution. Solution is the second stage, use of money. But the first stage of business evolution is bar system. When bar system failed, you started use of money. Now, use of money is where use of money is even on the use of money. There are some stages. China, what are the stages of money? What are the stages of money? What are the evolution of money? Or what are the stages that we had? First, what we had in the beginning. Chat box again. Usage of materials. What do you call it? Usage of materials. What do you call it? That money is called as commodity money. You call it as commodity money. We started with commodity money. Then after commodity money, right? After commodity money, now commodity money commodity money is where we are using but animal bones, teeth, skin, animal hair, salt, rocks. Those are kind of things that were used, right? Those are kind of things that were used. Those are kinds of things that were used as commodity money. Okay. Skin, bones, fur, those are used there. Salt, those things are used as money there. Now, when it comes to this, what do you call? The next stage after commodity money, what is that? After commodity money, what we have? After commodity money, we used the use of metals. We had metallic pieces. You call it metallic pieces. We started to use metals, right? We started to use metallic pieces. Not gold coins, not silver coins, right? We started to use metal pieces. Gold pieces, metal pieces, anna use kara. And then we started to what do you call? Formalize this, right? We started to formalize this and we started to use metal coins. Metallic coins. We started to use gold coins, silver coins, and they were used. After metallic coins, then we started to use notes and coins. Okay? Then we started to use notes and coins. After notes and coins, finally, like now we are at what do you call? Bank money. And then we started to use bank money. Checks. After notes and coins, we started to use checks. After checks, we started to use e-money. We are at the e-money stage. Right now, we are at the e-money stage. Okay. So the evolution of money. Commodity, metallic pieces, metallic coins, notes and coins, bank money, and e-money. Those are the stages of use of money. Then at this moment, China, I'm just telling you, right, since I didn't get answers from you, then what we right? I have taught you in the theory class, right? Right now, if you can't remember these things, Now you have to recap. Now you have to start studying. You have less than 1 year. From day one onwards, you have to work. Right? Now Farah is excellent. Right? Farah is excellent. She is giving answers. Okay. So these are the usage of money. And then, right, after this, right, after this use of money, we came to a point where we focus on industrial revolution. Right. Then we started to focus on industrial revolution. Industrial revolution is where, right? Industrial revolution is where, third one, the third stage. The industrial revolution is where we are focusing on, right? We are focusing on the development in technology, right? Industrial revolution is where we started to find new knowledge. There were new knowledge, new machines, new industries, new factory systems. Industrial revolution is where there is a development in science, right? There is development in science. There is development in trade. Those kinds of things happen in this stage. Right? During industrial revolution, right? I'm reminding all these things. Now, come on, tube take it, right? It is included in the tubes as well. I'll share once again. Right? All these things are now included in the tubes. Okay. So in the industrial revolution time, right? In the industrial revolution time, there was this impact, right? The impact goes on. The industrial revolution was impacting three areas: manufacturing, it impacted manufacturing, it impacted commerce, and it impacted society. Now I become a short note color, right? I have short note, I have done the short notes and I have given them. In manufacturing, what happened? In manufacturing, we started to do business in factory systems. Earlier, it was cottage industry. Body, productions, right? We did production in the cottages, in small houses. But then, due to industrial revolution, we came into what? Factory systems, right? We have introduced factory systems. After that, we started use machine. Earlier, it was the woman, it was the child who were used as labor, right? Labor. They send these women and these children under these mines, right? They bring this coal and all body. Then. So, but now we started to use machines. We have come up with steam engine, railroads. We started to use machines. Those are changes in manufacture. And then we started to engage in new production methods. New production methods. Then we started to engage in division of labor. Right? Those are some changes that happen in the manufacturing field. Factory systems, new machines, new production methods, and then division of labor. What is division of labor? Tell me quickly. Division of labor. What is division of labor? What did we do there? Division of labor. We are dividing the labor, right? We are dividing the labor into separate tasks, right? We are dividing the labor into separate tasks based on their, right? Based on their skills, right? We are dividing the labor into different tasks based on their skills. This is what you call as, right? This is what you call as division of labor. They do only one task at a time, right? They do only one task at a time. Okay. If it is a garment, they are engaged only in cutting. Shahina දානවා ඇඳුම් කපන්න. පරාව දානවා ඇඳුම් මහන්න. What is this? Labor is divided into two separate tasks, right? Based on their skill that they have. Those things are there, right? Factory systems, methods, division of labor, machines. And then for commerce, what happens, right? In commerce, what happened? There were expansion in market. Expansion in market. Right? Market started to expand. So there was transportation. Steam engine and all. Steam engine, coach. Dundarane, Kadumula Penandi, Sutubar Darane. So those are steam engines. The steam engines are started building. New transportation methods. There were new ships, new types of ships were there. So they can do international trade. So banking system, communication, those types of supporting services started being. In banking, insurance, those kinds of supporting services also started being. Those are some improvement in services. So that is for the commerce, right? That is for the commerce. That is for the commerce. And for the society, what happened to the society? The society is now improving, right? The society also started to improve, right? The society also started to improve. That is, they had better living standards. The society started to have better living standards. But there were class issues. Class issues can you are rich, I am poor. I am rich, you are poor. I am high class, you are low class. There was class issues. Society के वगैरह वाले इतना करता. I have factories, you are my neighbors. If I am the factory landlord, I am big. If you are my neighbor, you are small. Right? And class issues and then apart from that, there were population problems. Okay. There were these diseases, right? Social right? Non-communicable, communicable diseases, right? Maybe HIV and all, chicken pox and all, right? Right? So population problems were there. There were no place to live, right? There is no place to live. The density is very high, and there were issues. Those are the changes that happened to the society. Industrial revolution is a manufacturing, commerce, and society. Those things started to go. That is the idea. Okay. And then after industrial revolution, right now where are we is right now where are we is at the knowledge, right now where are we is in the knowledge. Fourth term is knowledge economy or as the information era, right? We are right now in the information era or the knowledge economy. So here what happens is, here the main thing, right? Here the main thing is data and information. The main ingredient in knowledge era is the data and information. Internet is everything, right? Internet is everything. Here even right now, see, because of the internet, only now we are doing the class, right? We are learning online, we are learning online because of the knowledge era, right? Because of the information and communication technology, because of the development in IT, right? So that is where are we living right now. Here there are some terms as well, right? Exam में क्या होती है ना, some are terms थी ना, something called the gig economy. लिया करना GIG, right? The gig economy. Okay, I write here. There is something called the gig economy right now. Gig economy is you know these freelancers, right? Freelancing करना के लिए क्या है? TikTok influencers, the freelancers, those people come under this gig economy. They don't have this permanent job, right? You don't have permanent job. Gig economy के permanent jobs के लिए क्या करना है? Hell, now if Farah, right? If Farah is a what you call a mehendi artist, right? Now these days everyone is drawing mehendi, right? If you are a mehendi artist, you also fall under this gig economy. Hey, you do this mehendi, right? You do draw this mehendi on order basis, right? You do this on an order basis. Order का आवतनो आगिला mehendi draw करा. Okay, it's a gig. You are doing it for one person. Let's say if it is someone's wedding, right? If it is someone's wedding, why are you wedding? हिला यार आते mehendi draw करो. This is a gig. It's a job. It's a one-time job. For that particular job, they pay you an amount. You call it the gig economy. Okay, gig sarantana wala kara. If I want to, like, if I want to design a post or something, I hire a graphic designer. That's a gig. It's not a full-time job. I'm giving my task, he completes it for me. That's a gig. Okay. So due to knowledge economy, these gig economies has developed. I mean, gig economies developed pelathy. Okay, those are current trends. These are current trends in the business world. Right. And one more thing in the knowledge economy is we have to talk about two things. That is e-commerce and e-business. Uda, tell me, e-commerce logo either, e-business logo either. Which one is bigger? Tell me quickly. Farah says e-commerce is big. No, e-commerce is not big. It is e-business. E-business is the bigger. See, if this is e-business, right? If this is e-business, if this box, if this rectangle I'm drawing, this is e-business. Okay, this is e-business. In this e-business, there is a small part. This is e-commerce. E-business is the bigger picture. E-commerce is the sub part of this. Okay, e-commerce can make a sub item. Why? What is happening here? E-business is where you are engaged in. Right? In e-business, you are engaged in all, right, all business functions. All business functions like production, designing, management, financing, HR, marketing, all business functions are conducted, right? All these functions are conducted through the internet. If all these are conducted through the internet, then it is called as e-business, right? If all the production, designing, management, financing, HR, marketing, operations, if all these activities are conducted through the internet, you call it as e-business. Now, internet environment, you call it e-business. Then for what do you mean by e-commerce? E-commerce means that if this is e-business, if this is e-business, if this entire box is e-business, where you are doing operations, marketing, financing, you are doing the HR, you are doing all sort of things through the internet, you call it e-business. But then what is e-commerce? E-commerce is very simple. E-commerce is you are doing the buying and selling. You are doing the buying and selling through the internet is what you call as e-commerce. Then right now, do you revise this? Now, when I am revising these things, when I am revising these things, right? Just don't stare at the screen. Just focus when I'm telling these words, when the words are coming out of my mouth, you write. Then only you will learn. If you just stare at the screen, if you just look at the screen and just wait, you will forget this. Never forget it. Then you have only 1 year. Right? I need you guys to enter into universities, right? Universities are known. If I have the plan, you also should have the goal with you as well. Okay. So now e-commerce means that buying and selling, right? E-commerce means that buying and selling through the internet. Buying and selling through internet. Okay. Now buying and selling is right. Buying and selling is correct. Always include the keyword through the internet. Here, all business functions done through the internet, through the internet, through the internet. That's why we call it e-business, e-commerce. Internet included e-business and e-commerce. Okay, always at this keyword. Right. And then apart from that, you can also see there are some benefits and trends in e-business, right? There are some benefits and trends in e-business. So benefits of e-business and e-commerce is, right, for businesses, there is global reach, right? There is global reach where you can reach everywhere. Now Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all those are e-businesses, right? Pick Me, Uber, right? Those are businesses. They have global reach. But then the cost is, right, when you are doing businesses online, the cost is very low. The cost of business is very low. And how about the availability? It's available 24/7. ඕනලාග Facebook යන්න පුළුවන්, ඕනලාග Instagram යන්න පුළුවන්. ඕනලාග දරස්සකින් purchase කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඕනලාග website එකකින් මොනවාරි purchase කරන්න පුළුවන්. Right? So the website is always there. So that is benefit of e-commerce. You can buy at any time. Okay? Customers, what? The convenience. Now you don't have to go, right? Right, for Eid, you don't have to go no limit. You don't have to go Shia, you don't have to go to Shia. Not the you go to Instagram. Instagram gihilla order karna. There are WhatsApp businesses that sell shalwars. Then what do? You order from them. The convenience, right? It's easy. They have wide selection, right? But when you are going online, you have wide selection. The low cost is there, right? Cost kadi. And then the society, for the society, but the living standards are improved. There can be new job opportunities, and it's very efficient to exchange goods and services. Those are some of the, right? Those are some of the benefits of e-commerce. And then trends in e-business is, like I said, gig economy, right? Betul gig economy ka dagan. One word, another one word. Copy down here. Gig economy, right? Gig economy is another thing. Okay, so that's another trending e-business. Globalization, tech advancement. BPO means business process outsourcing. Business process outsourcing. That means other different businesses, foreign businesses, yeah, like call centers, Lanka, right? Foreign businesses are call centers, Lanka. There are a call centers, Lanka, call. So that is the business process is now outsourced. Right? The business process is now outsourced. E-money, right? So those are some of the current trends in e-business. And what are the reasons for the expansion of e-commerce? Improved quality of goods and service, saves time, increased computer literacy, development of infrastructure. Those are some reasons for the expansion of e-commerce. E-commerce grow in the reasons. Okay. Right. So those are like simple 4 points. Now what I want you to do, try these 7 questions here, right? Try these 7 questions I have given you, and then 7 questions are the answers. And apart from these 7 questions, we'll go to the last area. We'll go to the last part. Questions select karanna. I'll select some questions and I want you to do them as well. I want you to do question number 16, question number 17, question number 18, question 20, question 22, question 23. I'll give the numbers. Wait. I'll give the numbers. Wait. Question 26. Okay, once again, I'll just drop them in the chat box as well. On chat box again done. Everyone, yeah. You have to do the question number 16, 17, 18, 20, 22, 23, 26. Do these questions. China में वह मेरे print करा दे ना did you print it or you still have the PDF? Okay, right. So go through the PDF. Have a separate notebook, right? Have a separate notebook. Tina, look at. Try to answer the questions right now. I'll give you time. I'll give you time. Answer these 7 questions and then the other questions that I gave you right now. Automatically then answer करा, right? Automatically answer करा. Then we'll start to discuss it. Okay. Do it. Farah had to leave because her phone is about to die. By the way, what happened to you? You slept? Shine. ಇದಾಗತ್ತದ
Try to answer this question number 1 and 2. Right? Question number 1 and 2 answer. Give me the answers for 1 and 2 first. If possible, type it in the chat box. Right? Chat box. Once you have written the answer, take a photo and send it to this. I'll check your answer. Because here in this class, I want answers from you. I want you to answer. All answer revision right? I want you to practice. Answer right? I will give you the answer later, right? But before that, I need to check your writing skills. So revision is for that. To revise and to check your writing skills. Okay, Shaina, can you hear me now? So I wanted you to do this particular question, not the question number 16 and 17. I wanted you to do this particular question. So I have texted you back the other questions that you have to try, right? So for Baladibine, now here, right here, in this particular one, a business is any profit or non-profit seeking economic activity. According to this definition, it is implied that there are not-for-profit businesses as well. If so, how can a business survive without earning profits? Now, this is the definition here. You have to write, right? This is the definition here. You have to write how to survive without earning profits. So I have given an answer here, right? When my answers scheme when I right? I have made a separate answer scheme for this. The answer scheme එකේ හදලා තියෙන්නේ මෙහෙම බලන්න. Not-for-profit organizations survive by generating funds through alternative income sources rather than profits. Here, this is an explanation question, right? Since this is an explanation question, where's this? Okay. Since this is an explanation question, what you have to do is you have to describe this, right? You have to properly describe this. You can't just write donations, you can't just write sponsorships, membership fees. Okay, understand that. You have to understand the thing. If you want to score marks for these types of questions, you have to write proper answers. So first you have to start with a description saying, yes, non-profit organization, they don't make profits. They earn income through other economic sources. When it comes to non-profit businesses, there are other economic sources. You have to first tell that. Then you have to say, what are the other economic sources that you have for this non-profit business? Then you have to tell, okay, they rely on donations, membership fees, sponsorships, charity from well-wishers to cover their operational cost. This is how you explain a question like this, right? This is how you explain a question like this, right? Right? How non-profits are not surviving? How non-profits are not surviving? Sorry, how non-profits are surviving without profits? To survive, what are the things that they are using? Donation, membership, and answer clear no. Can you copy down this answer? If I have not written an answer for this question, can you copy down this? Can you copy down this answer in your book? This is how you write. This is how you write. එතකොට මම ඉස්සරහට මම model paper එකක් දෙනවා. Next week I'll give you a model paper. You have to do this model paper in this particular manner, okay? Oh, since Shaina was not there, in the morning I explained the other students regarding the plan that we have. See, by November, right? By November, we are completing the lesson. By November, you are completing the grade 12 syllabus. And then there will be an examination month throughout December, right? Throughout December, there will be exams. From January to March, we'll be covering the grade 13 lessons. This is how things will work now. So I'll send you this plan as well, right? I'll send you this plan as well. මේ timeline එක හරියට තියාගන්න. And these are the question and answers that we are going to discuss today. So business is an economic, right? Is an non-profit organization survive by generating funds through alternative sources rather than sales profits. They survive through these things: donations, membership fees, sponsorships, charity from other well-wishers. That's how they survive. ඔන්න ඔය ටික ලියන්න ඔන්න ඔයාලගේ note එක. Once you're done, give me a thumbs up, Shaina. Once you're done, give me a thumbs up. so that we can go for the other question. I'm expecting you to write. And then after this, we'll move on to the next question as well. By the way, today the session will not go up to 1 o'clock, right? Today we will not go up to 1 o'clock because Unit 1 is a very small lesson, right? Unit 1 is a very small lesson. So we are not going to utilize the time to that level. Okay. Done. Okay. Another next question. It says what? An employee performs only one single task. Explain the statement with advantages to the company. Now here, this is a 2 marks question. This is a 2 marks question. But Balanna, they ask in the question to explain. Right? An employee performs only one single task. Explain the statement with advantages to the company. First, what you have to do in this type of a question, first you have to explain what is meant by the statement. Our statement එකක් දීලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒ statement එකේ මොනවද කියන්න කියලා මුලින් explain කරන්න. Now, what does this an employee performs a single task mean? මෙන්න මේකේ meaning එක මොකක්ද? What is the meaning of this? This mean, right, first right. This means about job division, where one employee is allocated only to one specific task to do based on his or her skill set, right? Due to this, he gets specialized in the job he or she is doing. Explain right? Job division means you are allocating tasks to people based on their skills. And when they are doing these skills again and again, they get specialized in this. So that is the explanation of this statement. First, we have to explain this statement. Then after that, you have to write, okay, what are the advantages that you have, right? You have to write advantages that the company will have due to this job division. Then advantages liyaddi, right? Now I know how good you are when you are writing, right? මම දන්නා ඔයාලා කොච්චර හොඳද කියලා ලියන්න. What you will do is, right, if you are asked to do what are the advantages, you will write increases, right? You will write only this. Increases speed කියලා ලියන්න. Right? You will write increases speed. එහෙම ලියලා ඊළඟ point එකට යයි. එහෙම ලියන්න බෑ, right? You can't write like that. What is this? You can't write increases speed. එතකොට කැතයි. Yeah. නේ? Work. Something like that. එහෙම ලියන්න එපා. When you are writing, you have to write proper answers. The examiner will always give you marks for the proper answers for the best writing. Right? Examiner වාට ලකුණු දෙන්නේ හොඳම writings වලට. So you have to write it properly. Increases overall efficiency and the speed of the production. That is the correct answer, right? That is a better answer. හොඳ description එකක් තියෙනවා එතන, right? You have a good description there. Increases overall efficiency, speed of the production. Right? Due to job specialization, right? Due to job division, this thing happens. Just writing increases speed, it is ugly, right? It doesn't mean anything, right? Just writing increases speed, improves productivity. Eka hari naha. You have to write the overall efficiency and the speed of the production business will improve, right? The entire business will improve due to the efficiency of the organization. And ඒ වගේ sentence case එකකින් answer කර ලියන්න. right? Write a sentence case for the answer. Don't just write 2 words. Don't just end up with 1, 2, 3 words. Sentence ka clear. Well, the next point, see, you will write higher quality, right? Improves quality, higher quality. You will write something like that. Right? Due to job division, higher quality products. Right? When employees are specialized, they produce higher quality goods. Right? When employees are specialized, they produce higher quality goods. Try to write better answers. Right? Your English has to be better now. Your use of vocabulary has to be better. The employee masters the specific skills leading to higher quality and less errors. And write answers in that way. Then only you will get marks. One word answers, right? Writing one word answers, you will not get marks. Okay? One word answers, right? There are places where you can write one word answers. That is separate. But if it is explanation, describe questions, you have to explain and describe accurately. Clear? Fine. Copy down this answer as well for the second question. Copy down this answer. Let me know once you're done. Okay. Then after this, we have to go to the MCQs, I guess, right? Any form of meeting or interaction between blank and blank are known as a marker. What is this? Any form or interaction between blank and blank are known as marker. What is known as market? Market who is interacting? What could be the answers? A meeting between who and who? How the interacting known? It is between the it is between the buyer and the seller, right? It is sorry, you have asked the question. Sorry, I didn't see. Uh, do we need to give advantages and disadvantages for explanation when they don't mention? If they are not asking, don't try. Right? If they are not asking, don't try. Advantage, disadvantage, ahalanattan liyannepa. Now here in this question, they are asking advantages. If they are asking, yes, you have to write. If they are not asking, don't. Right? Ahalanattan වැඩිපුර ඒවා ලියන්න යන්න ඕනේ. Okay. Yeah, buyer and seller. Buyer and seller. So an interaction between the buyer and seller, producer and the customer is known as a market. Fine. Which of the following is not considered as a main aim of the business? Which of the following is not a main name? මෙතන තියෙන වලින් main name එකක් වෙන්නේ නැත්තේ මොකක්ද? What is not a main name? Maximizing profits, increasing market share, maximizing employment opportunity, retaining in the market, maximizing sales. Which one is not a main name? All of these look same, okay. But the answer 3, maximizing employment opportunity is correct, right? It is not the main name of the business. Profit maximization, sales maximization, market share, retaining in the market. Those are aims of business. But when it comes to what do you call this one? Maximizing employment opportunities, it is not the main name. Good. What is the basic factor for the existence of business? Fair return, good management, demand for products, needs and wants, exchange and transaction. Which one is the basic factor for the existence of business? Why business exists? What is the reason for the existence of business? Business ඇති වුණේ ඇයි? Business තියෙන්නේ ඇයි? Why are there businesses? Because of? No. The answer is human needs and wants. Answer is human needs and wants. Human needs and wants are there for the existence of businesses, right? Human needs and wants තියෙන නිසා තමයි නේද? Business කියලා එකක් තියෙන්නේ, right? Business is surviving, business is existing because of human needs and wants, not because of exchange or transactions. Market can be created blank as well as blank methods. What are the two methods of a market? A market can exist in two different methods. What are two methods of existing a market? Now, if it is now අපි දැන් polite එකේ class කරනවා කියන්නේ, like when you are doing classes in the polite way, it's physical නේ. Market can be created physically as well as in මේ online කරද්දී it is virtual, right? A market can be what? A place or a space. It can be a physical as well as virtual method, physical and virtual, right? A market can be created physical as well as virtual method. When we are doing classes in the polite way, it is physical classes. When we are doing online, it is virtual. So market can be created physically as well as through virtual methods. Goods that are purchased after the consumers have compared price, quality, and style are called what goods? And the goods that are purchased often without making special effort are called no. Luxury goods name. It's not luxury goods. It's not luxury goods. Are we going to what do you call? Are we going to compare prices, quality for convenient goods? No, we are not going to do that. Right? We are not going to do that. No. For the first one, the goods which are purchased after the comparison of price, quality, and style are called shopping goods. You compare price, quality, and style. You go to No Limit, you go to Shriyani, and Dala Balala, colors match karla ganni. What is this? Shopping goods. Convenient good is not that. To convenient good, go to the shop. උදාහරණයක් පාන් ගෙඩියක් දෙන්න කියලා අරන් එනවා. උදාහරණයක් සෝප් එකක් දෙන්න කියලා අරන් එනවා. Give me a toothpaste කියලා අරන් එනවා. You don't check for colors, prices, ඒව බලන්නේ නැහැ. Toothbrush නම් පොඩ්ඩක් බලනවා. Right, toothbrush is something else. Okay. And the goods which are purchased without any efforts are called as convenient goods. The goods which are purchased without any efforts are called as convenient goods. So the second one is convenient. First one is shopping. Okay. And then you have this foundation of a business. Once again, the question comes. Now, foundation of a business is what? Tell me this. Basic factor for the existence of business is needs and wants. Now, another question comes. What is the foundation of a business? But method needs and wants. Now, what is the answer? Now, this is different. Now, what is the answer? So the same thing, right? The same thing can be asked in different formats, but with different answers as well. The foundation of a business is money, customer, inputs, outputs, profits, goods and services. What is the foundation? Because of this only the business is there. The business is existing, right? The business is surviving because of this. No, ma. China, the foundation of a business is the customer. Right? The foundation of a business is the customer. If there is no customers, if there is no customer needs and wants, there will be no businesses, right? The basic factor for the existence of business is human needs and wants, customers' needs and wants. The foundation of the business is also a customer. If a customer is not there, right? If a customer is not there, we won't be doing the business, right? Customer කෙනෙක්වත් නැත්නම් business එක කරන්නේ නැහැනේ. So a customer is the foundation of a business. Okay. So second, the answer is there. The answer is number 2, customer. ඔය ටික තමයි මෙන්න මේ සෙට් එකට answers, and then we'll move on. So yes, the other questions, like the other questions that I have given you, the other questions that I have given you is state 4 ways how businesses fulfill human wants, state 4 main objectives of a business. And එහෙමනේ මම ඔයාලට දෙලා තියෙන්නේ, right? Give me a second. So, state 4 ways how businesses can fulfill human wants. Now, how businesses fulfill human wants? Very simple, right? So straightforward is how businesses fulfill human needs and wants. Then method ahanne, right? Now you might have confused, right? You might have confused this with something else as well. Here, how businesses, right? How businesses satisfy human needs and wants. It is not. It is not asking the methods how consumers satisfy their needs and wants. Begging and all, right? Self-production, begging, cohesion, economy, then right? We are not asking about that, right? We are not asking about that. We are asking about that. State 4 ways how businesses fulfill human wants. Business era, consumers like needs and wants fulfill करने how businesses fulfill human needs and wants. That's the question. It is not how consumers are fulfilling. You can't write begging, you can't write donations, you can't write those things. You can write how businesses fulfill. So we can write here answers. One is production of goods, offering services, conducting events, distribution of goods, like we are distributing goods, we are producing goods, we are conducting events, we are offering services. Those are different ways how you as a business can fulfill the needs and wants of people, right? How businesses can do this. State for objectives of business, right? State for objectives of business is calling profit maximize, right? I think your answer here in 16th question is wrong. एक हदा करना. Answer for 16th question is wrong. एक हदा करना. मेरा अब ताल यार ना भूलो, right? By value addition, right? The value addition of by value addition of resources and never clear na भूलो, right? You can write those things as well. Okay. For state for primary objectives of the business, profit maximization, sales maximization, improving market share. Okay. Improve customer satisfaction. Those are some other parts, right? Those are some other parts. Following are the stages of business evolution, right? I'll show you the answers here like this. I'll be going to the 18th question as well. Following are the other stages of business evolution. State the options that gives you the correct order. So it has to start with bar system. C. Where do you have C? It's here. After bar system, we came up with use of money. Then CB. CB ko hittiyenne menna method. Don't go for the right. Don't go for the ඔක්කොම answers හොයන්න යන්න එපා, right? Don't go for each and every answer. Just try to select two, right? දෙකක් හරියන්න, right? As soon as two options are correctly aligned, two will be able to go for the correct answer, right? two answers අරන් කරගත්ත ගමන් පට ගාලා උත්තරයට යන්න අර ඔක්කොම එකින් එක බලන්න යන්න එපා. It will take time. Okay, you have to be smart when you are answering these types of questions. These types of question comes for the paper to waste your time. What students do is they go with one by one ගිහිල්ලා check කරනවා. එහෙම යන්න එපා. Select the two, right? Select two things that you already know, right? දෙකක් දන්න දෙකක් හොඳටම බලන්න. match වෙන options දෙක කොතනද තියෙන්නේ? answer එතනින් ගන්න. If still it is confusing, then go for the third one. Maximum 3. ඊට වඩා යන්න. 20. Division of labor result in individual what? Division of labor results in what? Due to division of labor, what happens? මොනවද වෙන්නේ? මම දැන් ටිකකට කලින් කිව්වා. I said a little while ago. Due to labor division, right? Due to labor division. Now, Shaina is given to cut clothes. When you cut clothes every day, what happens? You get when you cut clothes, what happens? You get sick. Specialize. When you are doing this, you get individual specialization. And excess produce creates what? The excess produce creates what? And the exchange of excess products creates indirect production. And the exchange of excess products creates a indirect production. You are producing it for exchanging purpose, right? Or exchange කරන්න හිතාගෙන produce කරන්න. Okay, that is the answer there. So 22. A common characteristic not related to any organization. A common characteristic not related to any organization. What is that? It's very simple. හැම organization එකකටම අදාළ නැහැ මේක. It's not valid for everyone. Usage of resource, fulfillment of needs and wants. Yes. Existence of a profit earning mode, right? That is not there because there are non-profit organizations as well. Here's a nice question. Evolution of business did not occur with the year or two. It was a long process developed in parallel with human civilization. Comment on the above statement focusing on the expansion of business. Now, this is a 4 marks question you have to write covering all the evolution of the business. The business evolution, there's a story, right? Self-sufficiency economy. You have to start with self-sufficient economy and you have to stop it at where? You have to stop it at this one. Knowledge economy. Self-sufficient economy knowledge economy then I explain කරන්න. So I'll give you an answer for this. Yeah. The evolution of business does not occur with the year two. Yeah. But look at this. What does it say? Check what does it say? A business evolution did not happen overnight, but transition sequentially as human needs grow. It started with self-sufficient economy. We are first telling, right? Businesses started with, right? Not businesses. The world started with self-sufficient economy, and then we moved into personal specialization. After a period of time, there was barter system. But due to barter system fail, we started to use money. And then there was industrial revolution. And right now we are in knowledge era. අන්න. ඔය හැම එකම touch කරන්න ඕන, right? You have to touch all the points to explain the answer for 4 marks. නම් මම මෙතන highlight කරලා තියෙනවා නේද red color. These red color highlighted points are the keywords. All these keywords has to be included in this definition. Why? You are explaining the expansion of business, right? You are explaining the expansion of business. So all these keywords has to be included. මේකේ මෙහෙමයි. අර self sufficient එකයි personal specialization එක නැතත් කමක් නැහැ, right? At least you have to start with the barter system. Barter, use of money, industrial revolution, knowledge era, ඒ ටික හරි include කරන්න ඕන. Then only you can go for marks. But for a better answer, always start with the self sufficient and personalization. I guess you understood this one. May answer copy down කරගන්න for this question. Copy down this answer. Don't take screenshots. Screenshot ගත්ත වැඩක් නැහැ. අපිට බලන්න නැහැ. Right? Screenshot ගන්න එපා බොරු වැඩක්. answer එක ලියන්න. So always remember to include these keywords, right? What do you call it? The secret, right? The secret to, not a secret, right? The best way to score marks. Now these are 4 questions, 4 marks question, right? Questions. It's very difficult to score 4 marks if you don't write the proper keywords. Are keywords ලියන්න නැතුව හරි විදිහට ඔයාලා කරන් මේ keywords දාන්න නැත්නම් හරි definitions දාන්න නැත්නම් ලේසියෙන් ලකුණු හම්බෙන්නේ නැහැ. The examiner will like cut marks and he'll give like maybe 2 වගේ දීලා එයා skip කරනවා. Right? එහෙම කරන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. When you have given the best possible keywords, right? Then right? If it is business evolution, right? If it is business evolution, you have to give the best possible keywords. Self-sufficient, personal specialization, barter, money, industrial revolution, knowledge era. I know everything, right? You have to tell I know everything. මේ තියෙන්නේ ගන්න කියලා දෙන්න ඕන. එතකොට තමයි එයා ලකුණු දෙන්නේ. If you miss one or two, මෙයා knowledge era දන්නේ නැහැ. මෙයා මොනවාද industrial revolution කියන දන්නේ නැහැ. කියලා අන්න ලකුණු දෙන්නේ. So you have to mention those things as well. Okay. Then we went to. Okay, we'll go for the last question for the day. Right, we'll go for the last question for the day. Last question was 26, the Woodmaster. So I think this question is from 2021, if I'm not wrong, right? 2021 the question tibbe. We'll do this Woodmaster question. Woodmaster is a business that manufactures and sells wide range of furniture. They make household furniture, office furniture, and accessories. State an example for land labor capital the Woodmaster may use. Land labor capital, what examples in making? Land, what are the examples for land? What are the land factors that we have? The land factor is timber, right? The land factor is timber, the wood that is used to make furniture. That is the land factor. Natural resource. Labor. Who is the labor? Labor is the carpenter. You have carpenters in furniture shops, right? And then capital, you have machines to make machines and tools. Those are your capital that you can use in the production. Land is the timber wood, labor is the carpenter, capital is the machines and tools that are used to make the furniture. Always you have to stick with the case. මේ case එකේ දීලා තියෙන එක තමයි යන්න ඕනේ. Woodmaster නිසා තමයි අපි took timber, right? Woodmaster is නිසා තමයි අපි carpenter කෙනෙක් ගත්තේ. Or else we can go for another thing as well. But you have to stick with the case. Case එකට match වෙන answers හැමතිස්සෙම ගන්නවා. Okay. There's a question. Can Woodmaster products be classified as consumer goods and industrial goods? Explain. Are these consumer goods or industrial goods, or are they both? Furniture, is it a consumer good, industrial good, or is it both? You have to explain. Woodmaster products, are they consumer, are they industrial, or is it both? China, what do you say? Make a consumer good, right? This Woodmaster products, right? Furnitures in Woodmaster products, are they consumer goods or are they industrial goods? Both, yes, it's both. So then you have to explain. You have to explain. How explain? Now you can't just write both killer in the bed, right? You can't write just both and just shut him up. You have to write how is it going to be both? Woodmaster products falls under both consumer and industrial goods. Woodmaster products falls under both consumer and industrial goods. Okay. How? If a consumer purchases a furniture for the household purpose, it is consumer good. The consumer purchase furniture for the household purpose, it is a consumer good. And if a business purchases furniture for the office purpose, it is industrial good. If a consumer purchases furniture for the household purpose, it is a consumer good. And if a business purchases furniture for the office purpose, it is industrial good. That is how you have to explain. Yeah. Yeah. Woodmaster products are both consumer and industrial. Right? It becomes, this is how it becomes book. We have to give with an example. Example, explain. You can't explain that. Just because you write no, it falls under both keywords, you will not get marks. You have to explain how. Huh? That is how you get marks there. Clear? Okay. I'll show you the model paper. This model paper is given for the 2026 batch as well. Now this will be your model paper, right? This will be your model paper. I will be giving this as printed. Make a print color wall table, right? I'll post this video address. What you call now here. Normally, what do you have? You have here in this question, you have 30 questions are there, right? I'll be doing some changes. Maybe I didn't want to update that. I'll be doing some changes. Like change color, Venus color in May. There are 30 questions for the paper one, 30 questions for the paper one, and there will be 2 questions for the paper two as well. Okay. This is how your model paper will be. You have to do it alone at home. Time color again, right? This is for 2.5 hours, right? For 2.5 hours, you have to time it and you have to do it. And you have to send me the paper. I'll be checking it. I'll be evaluating what went wrong and all. Okay. So if possible, I'll give a discussion video of this paper as well. Discussion karana puluwanna time tibbot maikat karla denna. I'll give you a marking scheme related to this. Okay. So that depends based on my availability. Okay. So China, in the morning, we have done a set of things, right? I have explained the class plan and all, right? So I'll send you the recording after the session ends, right? So any questions for the day, right? Do you have any questions that you want to clarify? You want to copy down anything? The answer is yeah. That's this. Okay. So anything to clarify, Ma? Or any help that you want regarding the first unit? Done. Okay. So then for the day we will wind up. On the next day, we are coming online as well. Next day 9 o'clock. Product right? 9 o'clock, come at 9 o'clock. Don't waste time. Sleep early little bit and wake up early a little bit. Try to come at 9. Okay. So with that we can wind up for the day. Thank you and God bless you. See you in the evening. Evening, you're coming in the evening, right? I had to get ready and I had to go. Yes, okay, bye. So yeah, bye.